Mic check po.
Mic test, 1 to 3, 1 to 3, mic test. Yung kahon na lang.
Okay na po, okay na.
Okay na.
Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know this Tuesday morning. Political analysts are divided in their reactions to President Bongbong Marcos's first State of the Nation address. Political science professor Edmund Tayao told the chiefs that the only thing surprising about the SONA was that it was a bit underwhelming. Tayao pointed out that Marcos swapped out the usual fanfare for a, quote, very structured speech.
Wala namang surprises actually. Lahat ng expectations as already presented and laid out in the inaugural speech. Siguro if there is anything surprising, again, there was not much fanfare, walang slogan. No, the only thing notable is when he mentioned towards the end that the sunlight is already appearing through the dark clouds. But it was a very structured speech to me.
Meanwhile, political analysts Ronald Llamas and Encinas-Franco expected more from the president's speech. Llamas said Marcos failed to talk about corruption, placing doubt on the president's last statement that the state of the nation is sound. Encinas-Franco agrees, saying the SONA has much more details compared to the president's inaugural speech, yet it still missed key talk points such as the issue of extrajudicial killings in the country.
Problema yung last sentence, doon ako nagulat. No? The SONA is sound. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng sinabi mo ay hindi based sa mga problema, hindi based sa mga kakulangan. No? Yun yung sinasabi mo. Ine-emphasize mo continuity. Pero ang daming problema minana mo eh.
There's no mention of corruption, anti-corruption strategies, which were often mentioned by previous presidents in their SONA. There was also no mention about human rights violations. So when he said that the state of the nation is sound, it's also quite a disservice to people who have suffered, who have been victims of extrajudicial killings during the past administration.
Yesterday's SONA also drew mixed reactions from sectoral groups. President Marcos Jr. earned praise from farmer groups who welcomed his commitment to modernize farms and support farmers through subsidies. This, as Marcos said in his speech, that the government would procure farm inputs and offer them to farmers at affordable prices. Meanwhile, labor groups expressed doubt that workers will feel any improvement in their lives. Partido ng Manggagawa says Marcos's failure to address the plight of workers in his first SONA signals that the rest of his term will not produce much progress for laborers. Now, here are other headlines we're following this morning. The Health Department reports over 19,000 new COVID cases in the past week. This translates to a daily average rate of almost 2,800 infections, 33% higher than those recorded from July 11 to 17. New Customs Chief Yogi Filemon Ruiz vowed to intensify the agency's efforts against the smuggling of drugs, guns, and agricultural goods. Ruiz formally assumed office as acting Customs Commissioner yesterday, taking over from former Chief Ray Guerrero. And Pope Francis issued a historic apology for the Church's role in Canada's, quote, catastrophic policy of Indigenous residential schools. The Pope said forcing Native peoples to assimilate into a Christian society destroyed cultures, broke families apart, and further marginalized generations of Indigenous peoples. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register an account now at signalplay.com.ph so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Coming right up is Agenda at 8 a.m. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe. Philippines, we are One News.